What up, Solar Fan? It's your host Ian of the Inner Solar Podcast. I'm finally joined by Rich. It's been a long time coming. Past couple of weeks, we had some special guests on, which I want to talk about with Rich because I thought they were super awesome. But Rich, how are we doing tonight?
Doing well, man. I know we both missed out on special appearances the past couple weeks.
For real, man. Andrew Tate, the top G. How
I don't
was
know,
he? Was he
man.
awesome?
Mark Zuckerberg, that interview looked fire, but talking to the legend himself, that was phenomenal. Once in a lifetime experience right there. I hope he comes back.
I think he might. I know he emailed me right afterwards. He's like, Ian, you have to make an appearance. I can't talk to Rich all night. And I'm like, hey, once I'm back from vacation, all that, you got me for at least 5 hours. I need to learn from the best, the divine being himself. But I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, he kind of just revealed some crazy shit on the podcast.
Yeah, what was he? He was like an alien or something?
He was a fucking lizard. Like, who would have called that? Besides, like 90% of the population, you know.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of common knowledge at this point.
Yeah, that's why like I'm sad I missed out on Andrew Tate because he was really insightful and really was on the Ian bandwagon. So I couldn't knock him for that at all. So what were your top three takeaways talking to Andrew Tate? Rapid
Andrew
fire.
Tate, Bugatti, legend, the man.
I mean, I think that speaks for itself to be honest.
Enough said. Enough said.
Yeah, with Mark it was more don't wear an Oculus, stay off of Facebook, and he's a fucking lizard. He's the lizard.
The Zuck.
The Zuck. That was awesome. But I know we've been talking a lot before we started recording, so we have some big news coming through, and I want to give you the stage to really talk about that because you've been in the talks the most. So take it away. I want to know all about it, and I know our community wants to know all about it too.
Yeah, definitely. So ideally, if Ian remembers, this video will come out Saturday. So please remember that. So I'm going to talk in the, I guess, past tense or future tense that you have already been on Spaces. You've already listened to kind of what me and QUAI have already said yesterday. But this is if Ian releases this Saturday. So don't forget Saturday.
Hey! YouTube has a schedule button. I've been very lenient with that, so I'm gonna take some liberties, push it back a day for the release, so you can take my word on it.
All right. So yeah, I mean, going off of what I said Friday, if I had to guess, man, this is gonna be hard pre-guessing what I'm gonna say. This is kind of cool though. It's like I'm
Do your best,
talking,
man.
and man, this is mind blowing. So I'm like in the past talking about the past, pretending this video is in the future.
This is the fifth dimension.
Yes, Google 10 dimensions right now. Me and Ian were talking about the 10 dimensions for an hour before we started recording. It'll blow your mind. But going back to QUAI, yesterday's space is primarily over the state of DeFi right now in the current market and what DEXs play. So if we look at current trends, Uniswap kicked off with DeFi summer, like this was a new way to trade. No KYC, no registration. Anyone can create a shit token, launch it, make some money for themselves, make some money for the community, rinse and repeat. As we got about halfway into DeFi summer, you started seeing copycats like PancakeSwap, QuickSwap, whatever swap, and people were just FOMOing in left and right. So that, triggered the bull market. And at the peak of the bull market, we hit NFTs, thanks to Yuga Labs, who own Bored Ape. They fucking own like everything now at this point. They keep buying projects. But they kind of kicked off NFTs. They kind of made the trades cool. If I'm talking fast, it's because we want to make this podcast and any serious solar podcast quick and to the point. So I'm going to apologize in advance. But yeah, essentially what we're talking about is DeFi in its current state. Right now, it's kind of stagnant, right? So to me, this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. If you look at BSC, the hype when it launched faded. Look at Solana, hype when it launched, faded. Aptos and Sui, I've never even used anything on those networks. Have you, Ian?
True. Not on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you like saw VC invested like $4 billion in Aptos, and you're like, well, I don't want to get wrecked $4 billion from this guy. I'm gonna pass on this. It was just overly saturated with VC money. There was no hype. It was, hey, we're the Solana killers. We're essentially Solana, um, in a different programming language, right? They do move, and their claim to fame is three jerk offs from Facebook created this language. Facebook said this is a dumb idea, fired them, and they said no, no, Mark Zuckerberg, you're wrong, and then launched Aptos. And then I think someone from Aptos was like, "Yo, why don't we copy this and make more money and call it Sui?" So it's like the same damn thing. I don't know. I didn't really do that much research on it. That's my disclaimer, but it's essentially the same thing. One's green, one's blue. We're Solana killers, but why would you want to be Solana killer when Solana's in, what is it called again? Mainnet beta still? And
I think so.
yeah, so I think the Solana founders were like, oh, it'll stay in mainnet beta until until our network doesn't go down for like a week or something. I don't know, something ridiculous. I'm like, I'm grateful to be on Solana. I'm grateful to have learned a lot from being on Solana. Um, but yeah, this is where we look ahead, right? We see all these layer two popping up, kind of like Base is Coinbase's network on ETH. Once again, it's like Arbitrum, it's like Polygon. It's, hey, we're ETH, but we're cheap. That's great and all, but let's think of like innovation spark at the next bull market, right? So that's kind of where QUAI comes in. It's based in Solidity, which is similar to Polygon, ETH, ARB, BSC. So it's got that familiarity for developers where, hey, we can attract developers to come onto our network. What's
I'm gonna
beautiful?
stop you right there because I don't think we actually announced that we're talking to Quiet.
Oh man, I just get too wrapped up in this. And that's one of the things I'm gonna work on as we fully migrate is I guess approaching these subjects from like a super high level overview.
Yeah, well, the cat's out of the bag. Mark Zuckerberg's a lizard, and we're talking to Quiet. We have been talking to Quiet for a while. They're a super great team. They're really responsive. They want to help us out. We want to help them out. We truly think that they're the next biggest thing. And when I
All
say
right,
next biggest
drop
thing, it's
drop in
right
the
after.
comments. We got more ripped arms, me or Ian. Let's go. Let me know in the comments.
It's all about mass. If I didn't have this ring light, these lines would come to life. I tell you what. All right, back to Kwai. I don't want to flex too much that we're with Kwai right now, but take us down this path again. I really want to hear from your perspective on why this is such a good thing for not just solar decks, but for like the crypto community altogether.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, QUAI, man, I'm losing my train of thought tonight. So yeah,
Yeah,
as
me too,
Ian,
man.
so we're going to QUAI. It's 100% set in stone. One of the reasons we're doing this space, or we did this space yesterday. Oh, damn, this is confusing. Is
The fifth
we,
dimension.
yeah, this is for you, Toby. We had a guy like 2 weeks ago, like, oh, Richard's full of shit. None of this is happening. And I took that shit personally. And I was like, man, that's fucked up. I'm like, I'm on calls 24/7, networking with people, strategizing how we can be number one. And then fucking Toby comes in and ruins it. And I was like, you know what? All right, fuck this. So I reached back out, we were talking to LA Token. I was like, hey man, people are calling or claiming I'm full of shit. I'm like, can we do something to show I'm not full of shit? Like, yeah, we do these giveaways. You want to do a giveaway? I was like, yeah, I just need proof. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we'll do a giveaway. So we did that. I am in fact talking to all these centralized exchanges. I'm in literally like 20 group chats and literally once every other day. Hey, Richard, have you migrated yet? No, no, I have not. I will let you know, as I said 2 days ago. And it's just an ongoing thing. So the day where I'm gonna be like, yes, I fucking migrated. Here's the damn money. Leave me alone. List solar. Let's get this over with. I'll be hyped. So that took care of that. That was like a little tease, like, hey, yeah, I'm talking to centralized exchanges. No doubt about that. They want money. Yeah, I'm talking to them. And then the second aspect for Toby was the whole migrating thing. Like, oh, you're not doing that. Okay. So I talked to the QUAI team. I'm like, hey, man, I got Toby saying I'm full of shit. I'm like, I know testnet is not out yet, but can we do like some reassurance to the SolarDex community that we are in fact, teaming up, migrating over. And they're like, yeah, we understand. Our apologies. It's been a while. We're doing vastly huge improvements to the network, which they are, and it's huge. And this isn't just another copy paste network. This is when they say we can do 50,000 transactions per second, I've seen the statistics. They can in fact do some crazy numbers. Then on top of that, one of the biggest vulnerabilities in crypto are these bridges where you take an asset from like, this is just an example from Ethereum, and then move it to a different network like Polygon. It's like quote unquote like the same asset just on a different network, right? So what they're trying to do is cross-chain swaps where it's just they can actually fully interact with one another without a middleman. So it removes that bridge, and then you can just simply swap and transfer assets on different networks.
So
So that's
does
huge.
that, yeah, that's huge. Does that, are there any security concerns with that or like lost transactions between the bridges?
With bridges, have you ever bridged anything?
No, I think I used the wrong terminology if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But when you're going from like Ethereum to Bitcoin to Solana or whatever, having that kind of interact that Quai is going to have, is there any concerns with like maybe when I'm trying to go from Ethereum to Bitcoin that transaction is not going to go through because the sustainability part of it?
I mean, from a QUAI standpoint, from their internal testing, I'm not part of their dev team, so I wouldn't be able to give you like a safety assurance type of thing. But one of the things I'm sure they're going to do are audits and so forth. And so when the time comes, when testnet comes, ideally we should be able to go from like Ropstein network on an ETH, which is their testnet, to QUAI and vice versa. So I mean, more to come on that. But I mean,
Okay.
if you've never bridged anything before, it is like the scariest 4 hours of your life. Like when I first got into DeFi, before I even started Solar, I moved like I was trying to get like I think it was like 10 grand of BSC to ETH, and it happened to be the night their bridge went down. So yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, I was shitting bricks. I'm not loaded like a bunch of these people, and I was like most of my portfolio at the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is scary.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't ask such in-depth questions like you're part of the team. So I'll keep it at a high level overview, kind of like conceptualizing Quai. But go on with Quai. Keep hyping.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been talking to them, and then truth be told, we've also talked to like other networks as well. And it's one of those things where if you scratch my back, I scratch yours, right? So they're super kind, super transparent. They bring the values that we bring to our community. Um, it's like a match made in heaven, if I'm being honest. And I know for a fact that when the time comes for the test net, they will take feedback and utilize it.
Yeah, I think one thing that really stuck out to us when we did our intro call with them was one, just their personalities. We meshed super well with them. We actually have a collaborative affair where we can go to each other and be like, what about this? Have you guys thought about that? So it's a very back and forth in that end, as much as we can be. But the transparency part of that, as well as the collaborative, like I said, I'm losing my train of thought too. But the transparency part, where it's just like, hey, we take feedback in stride as Solar Dex, but QUAI does that too. And so our values really matched up, and our overall vision for not only Solar Dex but for crypto altogether really fell in line with each other. And that's why we're focusing so much on this, and we decided to partner with QUAI over any other network that's up and coming or established or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, we've been getting a lot of traction from other networks, but it's kind of one of those things where like these guys are hitting the money out of the park. If I was to design a network and had that capability, it'd literally be what they're doing. It wouldn't be a copy paste of anything. Um, yeah, I mean, like Ian said, they provided feedback on our website. Hey, have you thought about this? This link's not working. What about rewording it like this? And we're like, hey, man, yeah, thank you. So we're a reflection of them, and their success is our success. So when the time comes, when you see, testnet's launching, when we deploy the Dex on testnet and begin beta testing on it, you're going to see me, and I'm assuming you too. We're going to be, we're bullish on solar always, but we need to be bullish on QUAI as well. So we'll be retweeting, liking, promoting not only solar but that network as well.
Yeah, the more eyes we can get on this network, it's going to be successful for the obvious reasons, but also there's like an underlying reason that really touches everyone that's going to be using this network, and it's the sustainability part of it. Because when we talked to them, I believe it was like a year ago, year and a half ago, or something like that, something crazy, where the beta or the test net was supposed to be released at a certain time. They got pushed back, they got pushed back, they got pushed back. And it's not because, oh, we're putting this off and like just twiddling our thumbs on it and just pushing it back to do it. It's because they keep coming back to us. They're like, no, we found some flaws that we're really fixing right now. We want it like not just to launch the Apple launch, but to launch in the right kind of way. And so them pushing it back isn't just prolonging it to prolong it, but they're making these constant improvements along the way, and that's why they're pushing it back. That's it sucks because we wanted to launch like so many times, but the good news is that when we do launch on QUAI and when QUAI launches itself, it's going to be a flawless transition going from one network to this network, and it's going to be super silky smooth once it's actually launched too. It's going to be a great user experience for everyone, and I'm really pumped for that.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've noticed is not necessarily flaws, but just various ways of improvement. Um, like one example, they switched to POAM, which is supposed to increase everything. This was kind of like a random ad hoc thing. Like the network was working fine, internal testing going well, but hey, let's improve things. So it's stuff like that where they're just, hey, there's so many smart people on the team. Like, hey, let's do this better, faster, more efficient. So it's stuff like that. And anyone to tell me basically, hey, Richard, shut up. We just want to make this network as best as humanly possible. That just shows, character right there. If they were to launch this, like, hey guys, surprise, QUAI's launching tomorrow. They could make millions of dollars easily, but they actually care about their product. They're passionate about it, and that's, respectable.
Yeah, I think it's funny because we were talking about Solana earlier, but it's like Solana has become like the standard of what not to do. Because like it was super great in theory. It's supposed to have low gas fees. It's supposed to have so many transactions per second. But when they did launch, we all found out pretty fast that one transactions they're fast, but they keep dropping. So the time that it takes to actually have a transaction go through, it would be better off just waiting for a single transaction to confirm. But with QUAI, I want to say it's like Solana on steroids, and when I say steroids, it's like pissing steroids, like your body's full of it. It's good. Their sustainability with it is going to be awesome, and like just putting in a Solana perspective, it's going to blow Solana out of the water. And they're doing it in a way where they're not going to launch it and have all these things go wrong and then be like, oh, now we should fix it. They're, like Rich said, it's not just the flaws that they're fixing, but it's more of this creative design where it's like a think tank of people going, but have we thought about doing this in a certain kind of way? Oh, let's try that out. Let's do that because if it works, it's going to be like the next big thing. and that's the vibe that I'm getting with the pushbacks and the hype behind this launch is that they're gonna have so much come out where people haven't even thought about it, and they're gonna include it. Like if you use something and go, I wish I did this or I wish I did that. That's what they're doing. They're like putting all these prototypes together and then going, but have we thought about this way? And then they're doing it too. So once again, it's a great judge of character. It's really just making a flawless experience from the jump.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their blog post, I believe Dr. K said this on their team that, once they launch, they launch. Everything works. And that's sounds like how it should be, but it's not in this space. But the fact that a founder is coming out and saying that, like when we launched no roadmap, here's the protocol. We can handle, you know, government transfers, MasterCard transactions, stuff of that nature, and we're ready to go. It's done. Um, that's what I'm bullish on. Real world adaptability.
Yeah, I like how they're kind of taking this time with themselves as like their test net right now. Like if you look at any projects like their test net, take that phase and put it to where they're at right now because they're constantly testing it, constantly improving. And then once their actual test net comes out, it's like other projects launching their full blown network, their main net. But they're going to use that time to do the continuous improvement still. So when it's the actual mainnet launch, it's just going to be like you said, it's going to be flawless. It's going to be this is the product. This is the end goal. It's here. It's now, and we just launch it on there.
Yeah, I mean, just now working out to like we got a bunch of partnerships, I guess you'd call them, coming up once we do migrate over and we're ready. Um, I always start, hey, this is what my vision is for Solar Decks. And they're like, oh, holy crap, you've talked to that team? We've heard of them. They were at, ETH London. They were in Miami. And you're like, oh, dang, okay, you know them? They're like, yeah, everybody knows of them. So it's one of those things where like everyone's waiting.
Yeah, it's legit. Like I know that's such a blanket statement, but everything about it's legit. Like I'm very bullish on QUAI, and I'm very excited to get started with QUAI too.
Yeah, 100%.
And hopefully the spaces that happened yesterday goes well too, huh?
Yesterday, yes.
Because this is coming out on Saturday.
Past Richard is talking about, I forgot. Now this is technically future Richard in the past talking about the future.
I don't know what you just said,
We
but
can't we can't do future release videos. It's just too confusing.
yeah, I didn't know you were gonna call it out, so that was news to me. The future Ian's gonna look back at the future Ian talking in the past, going, "All right, we should have handled this better."
Yeah.
It
So
is
what
what it is.
so one surprise that I'll leak once we do migrate, hopefully it'll, be within the next what is it, August? Damn. It'll be
For real.
sometime this year, right? So one of the big things I want to do for the community is come Christmas time, I want everyone to get airdropped a sexy Christmas calendar of myself.
I mean, I'll be the first to say that I don't want it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
specifically tell wallets like you can't have the burn option on this. Remove it.
gonna. All right. So, what would one picture look like? Are we just talking full on, like full frontal, just like here I am, like look at me, or are we like talking like I want to dress up as a fireman, full
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
overall?
like a fireman. I'll do my SBF costume without a shirt on. I can do Vitalik.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do like the Mean Girls thing. I'm just gonna have four of me on a stage, just half naked. It's gonna be sick.
I mean, that'd be good like marketing right there. Like, all right, everyone drop your QUAI wallet address. And of course, on Twitter, there's always like thousands of people whenever they, free stuff involved. You're like, bam, here's your calendar.
They're gonna be like, fuck solar decks. I don't like this shit anymore.
Like the hype is real.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh, it's a 3 Bitcoin floor price.
Dude, if that ever happened to a happy picture of me, I'd say that was a huge success. Like, not
Yeah.
just for crypto, but for my life. Really.
Yeah, like what's the utility? You're gonna get a free calendar every year.
And what's the utility? Check in between your legs. You're welcome.
I got you 12 inches of utility right here.
Man, you're packing 12. I got like three on a good day.
Well, it'll be around Christmas time when these pictures come out, so
That's true. There's a lot that can happen up until that time.
yeah, I mean, while you're bulking up, I'm leaning down. I'll be ready for Christmas.
That's true. I'm gonna have to put on some size and cut back down and see what happens. See what happens.
I think John's just naturally lean.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, he's on the cocaine diet. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he needs to
He's
bulk
definitely
up.
tapping. Yeah, we'll get him there. We'll get him there if he ever gets a camera first. I
Well,
don't know.
fun fact to anyone watching, he did send us a picture a while back of him in a bathrobe. That was pretty disturbing.
I don't like it. I was trying to forget that.
Yeah, maybe that'll be airdrop first
Yeah.
as a whitelist token.
He won't even know it's coming to.
Yeah, just send it to everyone on QUAI, like, hey, QUAI team, can we get everyone's address?
God will be part of that, and he'll be like, "What the fuck, guys?"
That'd be pretty funny, like, find out, like, I don't know, maybe just like some random influencer no one likes and just spam them with calendar.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you
Sir, sir, are you there?
go. Well, didn't Drake Bell like offer a promotion and send his wallet? You could airdrop the shit out of Drake Bell.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, fun fact, we've actually talked to some celebrities that I got hyped up. I'm like, yo, look, Ian, look who responded. And he like, hey man, that guy's about to get arrested.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of controversy. I'm not gonna state the controversy. I don't want to go through any defamation type of stuff. But I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool for our childhood. But like, newsflash, buddy, there's some
Yeah, I'm
controversy
like,
going around.
man.
We'll be like, we'll see how it plays out first. But you live and you learn.
Yep, no more talking to celebrities.
Yeah, unless if it's Carol Baskin, then she's actually pretty cool.
Best celebrity yet. I mean, I talked to Soldier Boy once,
Soldier.
but the dude launches an NFT project every 30 seconds.
Yeah, apparently he created literally everything too. Did you see the video where he's like, Drake literally stole me, and everyone's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm called Draco because my middle name or something like that, and then Drake and his flow, that shit's me. And everyone's just like, what the fuck, Soldier?
Well, I saw in the news his like net worth is negative like 650K.
Jeez, he's still riding the high from back in 2002 or whatever.
Well, it was funny. Like, I took my kids bowling. I think it was last weekend, and Crank That Soldier Boy came on, and my daughter was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard this song before." I was like, "Hey, your dad's actually talked to this guy." She's like, "Oh, is he super famous?" Like, not anymore. Like,
Yeah, I think 20 years ago, maybe.
yeah, back when everyone was cranking that. You either crank that Soldier Boy, or I forgot how it went. Was it you either crank that Soldier Boy or it cranks you or something?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest. I just know that like there were so many like spin-offs, like Crank That Iron Man, Crank That Lion King, Crank That. I think like it's just weird like shit, like Crank That Watermelon or some shit like that. I'm just like, this is definitely a movement, and it needs to stop.
Well, the Travis Barker remix was by far the best one.
Oh yeah, I just listened to that too with my wife, and it was crazy. Like thinking back on it, like that rock remix like started off like every drummer doing like rap covers, and like that was my jam for the longest time, just listening to covers that drummers did over rap songs, and I was just like, this is pretty fucking sick. It's just rock covers essentially.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, if he would have just stuck with one collection, I think it would have been decent.
Yeah, he would have made his money. I think he spent more money making thousands of others.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it's probably just him teaming up with some random crypto influencer. Like, yo, man, I know how we can make. At this point, it's got to be like $50 per mint.
What's the price is a cent?
Well, it's like a free mint, and then volume hits like 0.001 ETH. I mean, I bought one a while back, and I didn't even know he launched NFTs prior to that one. But then I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I got a Soldier Boy NFT. And then like literally like 30 minutes later, yo, another one. Another one. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just got rugged by Soldier Boy.
Yeah. It's like if you give me $1,000 more, you can have another.
Yeah, and it's like the utilities this Soldier Boy game, Soldier Boy game. Like, dude, what about the other six and those Soldier Boy games? Like, you'd have your own Xbox collection of games at this point now.
Yeah, he's releasing a saga at this point. It's no longer like a sequel or a trilogy. No, this is 1,000 part series.
I'm not mad though. I got rugged by Soldier Boy.
And that's more than a lot of people say. Actually, maybe not because people keep buying this shit, but not anymore. They're like, we got volume 23. I don't think we get 24th.
And actually, I'm curious about this.
And what's the floor price on that?
I don't even know what the collection. I'm just gonna look at Soldier Boy on NF on OpenSeas. He's got a lot.
Don't leave us
Uh,
hanging.
I'm looking at here. I think this is the one I bought. Floor price 0.001 ETH. I wasn't even. Wow, I was right when I was kidding.
Jeez. 'Cause what's that then in layman's terms?
And I don't know, like 50 cents.
I'll say that's like nothing.
Oh, on 0.001. What's ETH at? Like 1850. $1.85.
Jeez.
Your
This
boy
culture
sweeping
war.
tonight.
This Soldier Boy sweep tonight. Let's take that up.
Let's go. I
It's
got $10 in my MetaMask. What floors we sweep? Soldier.
gonna be like the new GameStop like thing. Just let's pump and dump Soldier Boy right now. He's gonna be at the highest of highs and then the lowest of lows.
Yeah, hey guys, I got some alpha Soldier Boy. He's not dropping another NFT collection for another month. We pumping.
Hey guys, we got the best thing that you could do. Buy all these Soldier Boys, bump that price up, sell them all.
See, I will admit the only other project that I'm kind of jealous of that they've used this celeb, and I hate to say this, but it'll be D Gods because they got Ice Cube.
Oh, that'd have been sick. Damn. Yeah, we gotta think about once everything launches and we actually have a product to provide, we gotta think of which celebrity we want to spam. Mike O'Hearn.
He follows us. I've tried. I sent him a message saying, "Hey, man, like, thank you. Your memes actually help inspire me, to get in shape. Just wanted to say thanks, man." And he likes some of our posts, but he never responded. I'm still trying, though.
Damn. Mike, if you're listening to this right now, respond.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Please.
Even messaged Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, seeing if he wanted to be on a podcast.
Really? The in shape one or the other one?
Well, I mean, one's skinny, one's in shape. I don't think he has an out of shape son.
I would do a quick Google search.
How many sons does he have? He should have two, right?
Yeah. There's one Jack and then
Yeah, he's the jacked one.
okay. That answers that question then.
Well, his other son is not out of shape.
No, but he's like the 6'8" gargantuan of a child. I guess he's not even a child, he's a man. but yeah, he's like I wouldn't say he's skinny, but he's not like obese.
I,
Arnold, love both of your sons.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't actively Google Arnold's sons, but last picture I saw, I mean, he looked like a skinny dude.
I just saw him in memes, so I could have been looking at updated pictures. I don't even know.
I don't know if I had to pick one celebrity that we could collab with, that'd be tough.
I would say Johnny Depp, and we'll match his donations from his Amber Heard case.
You'd pick Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp's a man. He's
I'm gonna
like a
have to
top
say
five.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds.
All right, so that's a good one. That's a very good one. Fuck.
Ha.
I think Hugh Jackman, going off the Ryan Reynolds thing, Hugh Jackman would be cool too because he seems like a super legit dude.
Yeah, I'd take Hugh Jackman. He'd definitely be top 5. I'd say Chris Hemsworth would be number 2.
Bruh. Yes, Chris is the man. Have you
Dude's
seen
a
Extraction
freak
2
of
yet?
nature. Seen what?
Extraction 2?
Yeah.
So badass.
That dude's
I was
man,
like,
he's my gay crush.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, me too.
I think he's like every dude's gay crush.
Honestly, he's just the world crush at this point. Like, he's like, hey, give me a kiss. I've been like, fuck, dude, Chris Hemsworth, I have to.
I mean, there could be like a video of him like running someone over, and people would be like, "Well, what'd that person do to jump out in front of his car?" He's like a saint. That man can do no wrong.
Yeah, they'd be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, like
Probably
that guy.
deserved it.
Exactly. He's Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he's the god of thunder.
You don't mess with that. Yeah, I'd pick Ryan Reynolds just because of his comedy.
Yeah, he'd be a super cool guest to have on too. Just like to chill out with.
I guess the most productive guest would obviously be Elon Musk. I mean, I like the guy, he's cool, respect what he does, but that'd be boring as shit if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's too smart for his own good. But another good one would be Joe Rogan.
That'd be a good one. I have a fun fact. I actually applied for us to be on that podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he
How'd
sent
that
him an
go?
email. I don't know. I'm still waiting.
How long ago was that?
I think that was actually like a month ago when we started talking about bringing back the podcast.
Well, it's not out of the question. We
It's
still have
it's
a
not.
chance.
I put in. I sent an email. I'll probably send a follow up.
Hey Joe, when do we go on? When are we live?
Hey Joe, I'm lost getting to your station. How do I get there again?
Yeah, dude, you said the wrong thing. I'm out
Uh,
here in front of this mansion, and you're nowhere to be found. I'm guessing you're at the studio,
yeah. How do I get there, man? I forgot.
actually. And hopefully, you
Yeah,
just look at me. Oh shit,
but I mean, like I said, Yuga's got Eminem and Snoop Dogg, which OGs. Much respect for that.
for real though, that'd be sick.
I'd be like kind of scared to have Eminem on a podcast.
Yeah, he's gonna say some out of pocket shit.
Yeah, like, oh man, dude, you're gonna make people sell everything.
You're like, damn,
Shut
man,
up.
take it easy. It's 2023. You're not in the 90s anymore. You
Yeah,
can't be saying this kind of shit.
I was running and then the song 3 a.m. popped up. I was like, dang, I forgot how dark this was.
Yeah, that song's a banger though.
It is a good song.
I think
So yeah, the what?
Post Malone. If,
I just
because if I could grab a beer with one guy that's not Ryan Reynolds, it'd be Post Malone. He just seems super legit.
was you see that video where you bought that Magic the Gathering card for 2 million bucks?
No, what?
Yeah, it was like a one-on-one PSA 9 card that someone had pulled, and he bought it from him for 2 million bucks.
Damn. Post, he's a collector.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. The hell was that?
Hold on, my monitor fell.
Looked like you had a Tourette's episode.
Yeah, my monitor's laying on my office or on my desk on my office. Please.
How'd that happen?
Uh, I don't know, and it's kind of fucking everything up right now. Hold up.
Ghost. Well, since we don't know how to edit videos,
I
You
mean,
want to call it? You want to call it a night?
yeah, I gotta figure this shit out. It started pressing buttons.
All right. Well,
Well,
till next week, Solar fam.
yeah, thank you for tuning in. Be on the lookout for QUAI. Let us know what you thought about the Twitter Spaces that is happening yesterday, and we'll go from there. And until next week, we'll see you later, Solar fam.